There's a creature living in our oceans right now that can create temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun, fire water bullets faster than a race car, and produce sounds louder than a gunshot, all while being smaller than your thumb. And here's the kicker, it's not some deep-sea monster or alien-looking predator, it's a shrimp. A freaking shrimp. Meet the pistol shrimp. And trust me, this tiny crustacean is about to completely blow your mind and make you question everything you thought you knew about the animal kingdom. So picture this. You're looking at something that's only 2 to 5 centimeters long. That's literally smaller than a house key. You could probably fit 3 of them on a single Oreo cookie. And yet, this little guy is packing more firepower than most animals 1,000 times its size. We're talking about a creature that can generate 220 decibels underwater. That's louder than standing next to a jackhammer, louder than a gunshot, and loud enough to literally deafen you if you were underwater with it. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. When this shrimp fires its weapon, it doesn't just make noise. It creates a cavitation bubble that reaches temperatures of 4,700 degrees Celsius. To put that into perspective, that's hotter than molten lava, hotter than lightning, and almost as hot as the surface of the sun. The surface of the freaking sun. From a shrimp you could hold in your palm. You're probably wondering, how the hell does a tiny shrimp pull off this impossible feat? Well, buckle up, because the mechanism is like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. The pistol shrimp has 2 claws, but one of them is absolutely massive compared to its body size. Picture a person walking around with one normal arm and another arm that's the size of a baseball bat. This giant claw works like a biological cannon. Here's what happens when the shrimp decides to fire. It opens that massive claw super wide, like cocking a gun, and then slams it shut faster than you can blink. This creates a plunger effect that shoots water out at over 60 miles per hour. That's highway speed, people. The water moves so fast that it literally creates a void behind it, a cavitation bubble that's basically an underwater vacuum. Now, here's where physics get absolutely wild. This bubble grows for a split second, and then it implodes with the force of a tiny bomb. The collapse is so violent that it creates pressures of over 2,000 times normal atmospheric pressure. That's like having the weight of a small car pressing down on every square inch. The implosion happens so fast and with such incredible force that it actually creates light. Yes, light. Scientists even gave this phenomenon a name: shrimpoluminescence. For a tiny fraction of a millisecond, this bubble literally glows like a miniature star. But wait, it gets even crazier. During World War II, US Navy sailors kept hearing these strange clicking and crackling sounds on their sonar equipment. They thought enemy submarines were lurking nearby, ready to attack. Entire naval operations were thrown into chaos because of these mysterious underwater noises. It wasn't until later that they realized the sounds were coming from massive colonies of pistol shrimp, just going about their daily business, snapping away on the ocean floor. The military was so embarrassed by this mix-up that they actually had to create special sonar training recordings using shrimp snaps to teach sailors the difference between enemy subs and cranky crustaceans. And here's the modern twist. Today, DARPA, the same people who invented the internet, are actually considering using colonies of snapping shrimp as a biological sonar network. They want to use these little guys as underwater surveillance systems because their clicks bounce off objects like natural sonar. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this shrimp has a cool party trick, but what does it actually do with this superpower? Well, hold on to your seats because the pistol shrimp's lifestyle is just as bizarre as its weapon. First off, most pistol shrimp are basically blind. They can barely see light and shadow, which seems to be a pretty big disadvantage when you're trying to survive in the ocean, but nature has a solution. And it's absolutely beautiful. Many pistol shrimp have formed one of the most incredible partnerships in the animal kingdom with tiny goby fish. Picture this. The nearly blind shrimp spends its days digging and maintaining elaborate burrows in the sand, basically building underwater mansions. Meanwhile, the goby fish, which has excellent eyesight, acts as a full-time security guard and lookout. The shrimp literally keeps one of its antennae touching the goby at all times. The moment the goby spots danger and darts into the burrow, the shrimp immediately follows. It's like having a seeing eye fish, and these partnerships can last for their entire lifetimes. But the shrimp isn't just getting free security, it's also the landlord. The goby gets a safe place to live and food scraps from the shrimp's hunting, while the shrimp gets early warning about predators. There are over 130 species of gobies that have evolved specifically to partner with about 20 different species of pistol shrimp. It's like an underwater buddy system that's been perfected over millions of years. Speaking of evolution, the pistol shrimp has another trick that sounds like something from a superhero comic. If a predator grabs its massive snapping claw, the shrimp can actually detach it and escape. But here's the mind-blowing part: the tiny claw on the other side will start growing and transform into a new snapping claw, while a new small claw grows to replace the one that got huge. Essentially, the shrimp switches its weapon from one hand to another. It's like if you lost your right arm and your left arm suddenly became super muscular while you grew a new right arm. Absolutely bonkers! This claw-switching ability isn't just for emergencies either. Having a bigger claw actually makes male pistol shrimp more attractive to females, so males are constantly trying to grow the most impressive snapping claw possible. It's basically the shrimp equivalent of flexing at the gym, except their muscles can create miniature explosions. When it comes to hunting, the pistol shrimp is absolutely ruthless. That cavitation bubble isn't just for show, it's a legitimate weapon of mass destruction at the microscopic level. The shockwave can instantly stun or kill small fish and crustaceans. Some reports show that the snap can even crack the exoskeletons of small crabs. Imagine being a tiny fish, just swimming around minding your own business, when suddenly this little shrimp creates an underwater explosion right next to you. Game over. And here's something that'll make you appreciate just how loud these things are. Pistol shrimp are officially the second loudest animals on Earth. The only creature that can out-volume them is the sperm whale. But here's the thing, sperm whales are massive, some of the largest animals that have ever lived. A pistol shrimp is smaller than your thumb, and can almost match their volume. That's like a mouse roaring louder than a lion. The impact these tiny creatures have on ocean soundscapes is absolutely incredible. Large colonies of snapping shrimp create a constant crackling symphony that dominates entire reef environments. Marine biologists describe it as sounding like bacon sizzling in a pan or popcorn popping, but to the fish living there, it's a constant barrage of explosive sounds that can actually interfere with their ability to communicate and navigate. The engineering world has taken notice of these incredible creatures too. Researchers are studying the pistol shrimp's cavitation mechanism to develop new technologies. Some scientists think they can use similar principles to create tiny plasma bubbles for fusion energy research. Others are looking at ways to harness cavitation for medical applications or underwater propulsion systems. Even Hollywood has caught on. The Netflix movie Project Power gave one of its characters pistol shrimp-inspired abilities. So, there you have it. A creature smaller than your thumb that can create temperatures rivaling the sun, sounds louder than gunshots, and has formed one of nature's most beautiful partnerships, all while being nearly blind and living in sandy burrows. The pistol shrimp proves that sometimes the most incredible superpowers come in the smallest packages. The ocean is full of creatures that seem to break the laws of physics. And if you think the pistol shrimp is crazy, wait until you hear about the animal that can literally see with sound and navigate in complete darkness using echolocation so precise it makes military sonar look like a toy. But that's a story for next time. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the incredible world around us.